Hi, this is George Alger. Welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today we're going to be talking about tips for taking care of your skin. And our guest expert is Dr. Katrina Tesmer. Welcome, Dr. Tesmer. And let's just jump right into this. What are some tips for taking care of your skin?
Good morning. Thank you for invitation. As with our health, the skin health is very important and prevention is the name of the game. So the best is when you can maintain the youthful appearance of the skin from the young ages. And that can be accomplished by utilizing just four things. First of all, the skin needs to be cleansed twice a day, and the cleanser should be appropriate for the skin type. But do not think that just splashing the water in the morning on your face is enough. You should be using the cleanser in the morning. The second thing is be sure that you are using the sunscreen. If there is one thing what can prevent the aging is using the sunscreen. Among the sunscreen, you should always use the broad spectrum. What does it mean? There are UVA and UVB rays from the sun. The easiest way to memorize it, UVA is aging. So those are the sun rays which we are exposed to during the summer and winter, and they can actually go through the dark glass, and that's why very, very important to have a sunscreen even on cloudy day in California, because the sun rays can damage the skin. UVB burning, it's more common during the summer. That's why we should be even more careful and be sure to apply UVB protection during the summer. But the broad spectrum using UVA and UVB would be the best thing, okay? So far we said we need to be cleansing our skin and we need to protecting our skin against the sun rays. Now, 2,000 years ago, Cleopatra was soaking in milk. Many queens were doing that. Do you know why? Because there is lactic acid in the milk, and they had no idea why. But if you soak yourself in lactic acid, milk, lactic acid has two properties. It dissolves dead cells, and it also temporarily bleaches the skin. Okay, so I encourage everybody to use the product, kefir yogurt, because any sour milk product will have even more lactic acid. So vanilla is fine. Put vanilla yogurt on your face for 20 minutes, wash your face, and you will see phenomenal results. Obviously, over 2,000 years, we learn about even better acids. So combination of glycolic, salicylic, hyaluronic acid are doing amazing things for the skin. So cleansing, sunscreen, using appropriate acid. Among those, I do need to mention glycolic acid because it's the tiniest chemical. It can penetrate the skin. And what it does, it kicks the cells who are supposed to produce collagen and remind them about what they're supposed to do. So that is a huge, and you can maintain the youthful skin for years if you are using the acids, appropriate acids during the lifetime. Now, moisturizing the skin, the best would be your hyaluronic acid. And by all means, you should nourish, moisturize the skin, use sunscreen, and cleanse the skin. And basically, that's all what you should be doing.
Very good. So let's talk about the sun again, because although you want to avoid the sun, it does seem like getting some kind of tan or, getting a certain amount of sun seems to be helpful too. Is that true or is that not true?
Well, yes, because although we know that vitamin D is absolutely necessary, all the supplements of vitamin D are not doing what they're supposed to in comparison to your own product, the vitamin D produced by yourself due to sun exposure. I really do not recommend getting any tan on your face, neck, or chest. But when you are in California, cover your face, neck, expose your legs, and voila, here you get enough of the sun exposure to produce enough of vitamin D. But I don't recommend getting any tan on the face, neck. Anytime you get a tan, it means that you damage the skin. So it looks beautiful now, but 20, 30 years later, you are going to be paying for that. So, well, I didn't mention because please use advantage of our current knowledge and use lasers. There is nothing better and faster in rejuvenation of the skin, which was damaged by sun, by wind, by the elements, than using lasers, because you can make somebody look 20 years younger in just few sessions. And remember, the devices which we have right now are so phenomenal that even one treatment can stimulate the cell to produce collagen for the whole year. So, if we wouldn't have laser centers, the first four things which I mentioned, cleansing, sunscreens, hyaluronic acids are the very, very important. But yes, get acquainted with laser centers because they can do really magic.
Very good. Now, for people who are not familiar with the concept of laser in relation to skin, could you explain what that is?
Absolutely. So the story of lasers and skin goes back 60 years. Okay, there was a physician who was dermatologist who was fascinated by laser, and he got a brilliant idea that if this is hair and this is hair follicle, if you put the laser light on the top of the hair follicle, you can burn the hair follicle. The person will never have to shave, and he'll be a millionaire. And that's exactly what happened. By the way, hair grows in stages. So when you do only one treatment, you're not going to be able to get rid of the hair. Treatments are done every month, 5, 10, 15 times, right? Depends on the laser, skin, technician. Well, after the second or third treatment, they realized that there's definitely less hair, but the skin looks beautiful. So they were not really sure what was going on. When they did the biopsy, they learned that the hair follicles either fully or partially damaged, but all the cells around the hair follicles were stimulated and they were producing collagen. So that's how we learn that you can actually stimulate those cells. Now, remember what I said about the glycolic acid. Glycolic acid, being this tiny particle, can go through the skin and stimulate the same cells. So you can use acids to keep your skin beautiful, but you can help yourself with the laser, and the laser devices which have these days can kick those cells and make them produce collagen for the whole year. So you have patients who are coming like in a club every year, because for the whole year, instead of aging like everybody else, they will be producing more collagen.
Very good. Does this laser hurt?
Well, there are different devices. There are some which are absolutely without any pain. There are some which do require, by goodness, what wouldn't we do for the beauty? I yet to have any patient who would escape from my office and not able to take any laser procedure. And there are ways to go around it. If we use very powerful laser, we would be using numbing. Sometimes when we use the ultrasound, we will actually give the medication combination of medications, so they will take it easy, mellow the threshold of the pain. So there are ways around it.
Very good. Are there people that should not consider laser?
Really not. I cannot tell you about that. Well, if somebody is on medications which will be interfering with the laser light, yes. I mean, first of all, I would never treat, and nobody should, with laser a pregnant or lactating lady. That's one thing. We always take a medical history. That's why the lasers are performed in medical offices, because I need to know if the patient has any chronic illness and if they are on any medication. We always warn our patients to let us know that if they are on antibiotics, because antibiotics do tend to accumulate in the skin, and that can actually give you allergic reaction, and we don't want that. So we treat patients 1 week after they finish antibiotic course. If somebody is undergoing the cancer treatment, I would definitely not recommend worrying about the skin at that time. We can help the person after the disease is over.
Very good. Okay, well, Dr. Tesmer, we're just about out of time here. Is there a website that viewers could go to for more information? And do you have a very brief summating message for the viewers?
Sure. Everything what I just mentioned you can find, and tips for how to maintain the 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old skin at visageskin.com. This is our website.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Tesmer. We're going to wrap things up now. This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.